All right, I am here at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. We have Retrobit's new wireless NES controllers. I would buy one, but I already have them pre-ordered. The new pre-order for Assault Suits Velkin, Hi-Fi Lo-Fi, and Al's Music and Games from the U District. Excuse me, can I get a may I get a thing of your Koji Kondo shirt? Hi, this is Jacob of 8-bit joystick. Tell me about your Koji Kondo shirt.
Okay, so this is made by
Favorite vegetable. Nice. Project Blue.
I was really glad to see these people this year. When I started collecting Famicom games, they had a whole bunch of Famicom and Game Boy games. I got a good deal of my Famicom collections sifting through their bins.
Mad respect to anyone bringing a CRT.
I actually had a really good time playing with the world's largest video game controller. It takes 3 people to play. I was on the D-pad and we actually made it to level 3-1 of Super Mario Brothers, but it takes a good amount of vocalization and teamwork. And it was quite a spectacle. I didn't have any fake photos of it because I was too busy participating. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah!
Oh, you got fake. That's good.
SideQuest Games, normally down in Milwaukee, Oregon, but they have got a pretty decent sized booth up here at Portland Retro Game Expo. The Blockbuster Experience. Blockbuster Video from Bend, Oregon. Went from a big international corporation to a local family-run company, Blockbuster. The last one in Bend, Oregon. Now, they brought some movies, and I unironically bought some. Actually bought some Blockbuster previously viewed rental movies. Actual Blockbuster previously viewed in Bend, Oregon VHS copies. Piece of history right here. I believe I bought Inner Space.
Everything kind of hurt.
All right, so I am here at Pink Gorilla Games, and I'm very glad to see Pink Gorilla down here. Now, I used to live in Seattle, and then spent a lot of time living over in Bremerton, and Pink Gorilla Games was my first retro game shop that I really fell in love with, and this is the shop that actually made me fall in love with retro games. And it was back in a time that I affectionately call it the golden age of retro games, because back when NES was just old, not old and collectible, but old and very affordable. This is the place that I got my first Famicom. This is the place that I got my first Super Famicom. And Pink Gorilla, and then originally called Pink Godzilla, and then Toho, I don't know, for some unknown reason they changed and they rebranded as Pink Gorilla Games. And about a year ago, we took a trip up and went to Pink Gorilla, the original one in the International District, the excellent one over in the U District, and the new one on Capitol Hill. So if you're in Seattle, definitely go to Pink Gorilla Games. And if you're in Portland and PGRE, come here. I believe coming this way is the one and only Portland Unipiper. Yes, indeed, the Unipiper. All right, Unipiper!
Today was the first day of Portland Retro Gaming Expo being open. So, I thought I would share what I got today. I spent entirely too much money. From Total Games, I got an NES version of Fire Emblem, a fan translation of Fire Emblem. John Riggs, YouTube legend, was selling some carts. So he had a Famicom fan translation of Gambare Guilman Gaiden 2 that I picked up. I was playing through the first one and didn't want to start from beginning, so I decided to get the second one, Gambare Guilman 2. I found a copy of Zombies Ate My Neighbors for $25 for the Super Nintendo. I got, I'm not sure which one, but this is one of the Bandai Great Battle soccer games. This is one of the Bandai soccer games with their characters. You have Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Godzilla, and one of the Gundams playing soccer against each other. So I had to get that. There was Blockbuster Video was in attendance, and so I got a Blockbuster viewed copy of Inner Space on VHS. And I also got a copy of The Best of Star Trek, the original series, from Blockbuster Video. Make it a Blockbuster night. There was a gentleman who was selling a copy of, let's just say, a bootleg cart that is had the games from the NES Classic and the Famicom Classic. I've seen this one on AliExpress before, but I just love the transparent shell, so I talked him into it. I also love the fact that there's a Famicom cartridge inside of this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES, which I got for $10, which is a great price. Okay, normally I said I try to avoid getting duplicates, but there was this awesome copy of Akumajo Densetsu Castlevania 3 for Famicom for $25, so I decided to give it a home. I already have this one, but this is one of the absolute best games to get on Famicom, and I have a cat that's very interested in my bag, my box. Let's see, there's a cat in the way. I picked up 10-Yard Fight for Famicom. Always on the lookout for a one that has the light up red light. 10-Yard Fight for Famicom. I know I said normally I don't collect Sega Genesis, but I saw 3 games that I just had to get. There was Shining Force, the original Shining Force. Shining Force 2, and Rocket Knight Adventures. I also got, from Tappers, Alex Kidd in Miracle World. And then, from SideQuest Games, Alex Kidd in High Tech World. For Famicom, I got Robot Block. I have Gyromite, but I don't have Robot Block. I don't have this, I believe was Stack Up in the US, but it was $5, and I'm always on the lookout for awesome Nintendo carts for Famicom. I got a Japanese copy of Herbs for Nintendo DS. A stupid game that I enjoyed. I also got Game Boy Golf for Game Boy, the Japanese version. Double Dragon for Game Boy, Japanese version. Nintendo Baseball for Game Boy, Japanese version. Spartan X 2, I believe this is... Yes, this is Kung Fu 2, also known as Spartan X for Game Boy. Excited, Japanese version. I don't exactly know which one. I believe this is a Kunio-kun sports game for Game Boy. Don't know exactly which one. They also had a copy of Donkey Kong for Game Boy on, I believe this is Super Game Boy compatible, Japanese version. And I saw Black Belt for Sega Master System. This is the game that was originally, which was originally Fist of the North Star, which they turned into Master System. I had to get a copy of this when I saw it. Gremlins 2 for Famicom. I got this at Al's. And then there was the developer who was selling Project Blue. So this is a new Famicom game. And the creator was there, and I talked to him and I played the demo, and it was just too much to pass up. So I paid $60 to get Project Blue on Famicom. Also got Old School Gamer magazine. They gave me a free copy, so I look forward to reading it. I got entirely too much stuff. It's so incredibly how quick that goes, but you never know if you're going to see it again. PGRE is just so much goodness, and you never know if you're going to see the stuff again, so you might as well pull that trigger